take a minute here. Get ready to hit Tristan's trail on the old faithful Yeti SB130. It's a 2020 model. Had it for like not quite 3 years yet, 2.5 years. Here, I'll do a little review on how I'm still liking it after all these years. Man, it's hard to beat this Yeti SB130. And for all those of you out there saying, no, I am not a dentist, far from it. I'm far from being a dentist. It's not a dentist bike. And then most of those people that are hacking on me for being a dentist bike ride bikes that cost more than mine. Oh, I just love this thing. Still short as usual, but almost clear at this time. Man, this thing pedals so good. And I just love the way that when you're on the downside of jumps and rollers, this thing just gains speed. Here's some of the bikes I've ridden lately. It's like as soon as you quit pedaling, they just slow down. You gotta keep. Woo! How you doing? And this bike just does it all. And it's normally so quiet on a ride. A little cable slapping the front end. No creaks. Pretty much the only noise this guy's making is his tires. It's been great. I mean, it's all around good. Jumps great, flows good. You know, pedals great. I mean, everything you've heard about a Yeti. It does like to be ridden fast. It's not the funnest bike going slow. The faster you go, the funner it is. How y'all doing? Like I said, I've ridden several here lately and they pedal great, but they just don't seem to carry the speed. This thing, like when I'm hitting rollers and jumps, it just wants to. Oh man. That's a beautiful husky. How you doing? But just out for a solo Saturday ride. Took the day off to go do some riding. I thought, ended up changing plans and just doing a solo ride, which I need it. I need it, just clear my mind. There you go. Kind of ride wherever, whenever I want. Sometimes it's nice to get out and just not being on a schedule. Just go. If I want to ride here, I'll ride here. If I want to go there, I'll go there. But like I said, the downfall to this bike is you do have to ride it hard to get the most fun out of it. Like just slow pedaling, it does great. It's so efficient. Pedals great, not a whole lot of bob, it just pedals. But it's on the flowy, jumpy stuff that this thing starts to shine. We'll jump right into Jesse's last stand. A ball. Anything from greens, double blacks, and it's done everything. I mean, could a bigger bike have done better on double blacks? Well, sure. But a bigger bike wouldn't have pedaled as good as this to get to the double blacks. Unless you're just doing park riding. Definitely shines on the fast flowy stuff. Like I said, you get pumping this thing on some fast flowy stuff, you actually got to watch it, because just like that, man, there's rockets out of there with all kinds of speed. Like, I've ridden several bikes here lately that are on my list, you know, as potential replacements for this, but I just keep coming back to this thing. Is this, you know, it's so good. Bike a competitive cyclist, and they've been awesome about it. They're awesome with the buy, awesome with the warranty. I did have to warranty the Switch Infinity on this once. Not sure what was going on, but it has some scratches and some wear on it. But competitive cyclists were awesome about it. They hooked me up. That's one of the things. There you go. One of the things that drawed me to this bike was, for one, you know, dealing with competitive cyclists. Two, you know, Yetis. If I do have to deal with Yeti, you know, from what I hear, everybody says their warranty department's awesome. Super cool dudes. I mean, to build a bike like this, you have to be. Definitely 2 thumbs up Yeti. But other than occasional bearings here and there, which that's just normal wear, you know. As much as I ride, I got probably 2,700-ish, maybe 2,700 miles on this thing. So, you know, I have to replace bearings and get the suspension redone, chains. I mean, you know, the normal wear stuff. I mean, I haven't had a single frame issue. Everybody's scared about these because of the Switch, you know, it's just so much maintenance. You got to keep up on it. Not really. And once you grease that Switch Infinity and learn how to do it, it's easy. I mean, I could have the Switch done in 5-10 minutes tops. You know, taken off clean, put back on, greased. It's not near as hard as everybody's thinking. Now, previous generations, maybe, I can't speak for, you know, all the older SBs, but this SB130 in particular, basically just pop out the pivot bolt that runs through the switch, but they're out of your shock. Pull the rear end up a little bit, clean it, grease it, put it back on, put it all back together. It's easy, nothing to it. Oh, everybody's so worried about it. And, you know, for the payoff that switch does, you know, I'll spend the extra maintenance on it. It's, Switch Infinity does work. It's a weird design, but it does work. So, you know, like I said, as long as you just keep it greased every so often, rotate your bearings, put them back in, there you go. So, definitely an awesome bike. And like I was trying to say earlier, compared to other bikes, you know, this thing, it just pumps. Like, you know, I rode the Forbidden Druid, awesome bike, I loved it, pedals phenomenal, but I think their high pivot system maybe works too good, because like it pedals great, jumps great, handles great, goes up over rocks, roots great, but when you're trying to pump it and keep the flow going, there you go. It's almost like it's working too good and smoothing things out too much. You're not getting that extra little boost that the Switch gives you. And I felt a couple other bikes do also. We are on Rocky Ridge, just under Train Train. Show you how this thing does on some thicky stuff. I mean, it does great. Better, like I said, the bike does better than I do. Just right up and over stuff. Right now, bike's pretty much in stock form. I did put the carbon bars and shorter stem back on. I found it being 5'7", a little short in the legs. I only got a 30-inch inseam, so at a 5'7", I think the 50 stem was a little too much. So it was nice bringing it back a little bit with that 35. It made it a lot more responsive in the tighter sections. Just seemed to turn a lot better. But you know, everybody's different. Just telling you what setup I got. Whew, that was a good one. Wow. Can't believe I made that. That was a good one. Oh yeah. On Rocky stuff. Oh yeah. Like I said, that 150 fork on front. This here is nice, having that little extra cushion. I took a wrong turn there for a minute, but I didn't. We're still good. Oh, recording this must be my lucky day. I've never made that section. First to my defense, it's usually too wet. But that was just show what this thing can do on some tech stuff. That was Rocky Ridge into lower Train Train. Got 2 stacks just straight ahead of me. That's how I usually like to come up to Train Train. Right across from the poop plant. Which you can tell. But no, I mean, like I said, the bike can do more than I can do. It's been pretty awesome getting ready to, you know, not getting ready to, but it's been pretty awesome growing into this bike. You know, it's, when I first got it, it was way above my skill level. Now I wouldn't say I'm catching up to this bike's skill level, but I'm getting close. I'm getting close. And you know, back to what I've done to it, it's like I said, 5'7", 30-inch inseam, shorter stem. I put some carbon bars on it. Really a fan of the carbon bars. I did just recently switch back to the 50 stem with aluminum bars, and I can feel the difference. carbon bar is definitely my preferred bar now. But like I said, the 35 stem definitely, I mean, for a medium, it is a big bike. It's like 460 millimeter reach, so it's a pretty big bike, you know, as far as lengthwise, you know, reach and all that. Just for comparison, the Forbidden Druid I rode was, I think, a 445 reach, 450 at the most. The Forbidden Dreadnought I rode was 462. So the Dreadnought, being an enduro bike, was only 2 millimeter longer reach than this. Now, you start getting into seat tubes and all that stuff. I mean, I'm sure that changes things up, but I'm just telling you what the reach, you know, my height, short legs, what size bike I ride. All right, I'm gonna hit a little bit of strain train. Been a few days on this one. Coming through. Woo! I sent that one a little too deep.
That was epic.
Oh, I love trail. Fun trail. Last time on this, I was on the Dreadnought. On flats. Didn't do too good on it. Ooh, it's getting so loose. Oh my God. Woo.